Yo, what's up? Good morning. Good morning, Antonino. Hell yeah, you're the first one. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday so far. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do today is fix the issues left from yesterday, because I didn't have the time to fix it. But the big picture is that we're currently we're moving some of the creature setup from prefabs to our node system. So that means that animate entity will be added through nodes instead. So we'll attribute handler. Then we can define which attributes here. Fucking beautiful. We're gonna add actions as well, and then we can set them up like this, properties and so on. And this is going to help a lot because a lot of these actions, for instance, or attributes might rely on what we visually generate previously. So the last thing we did yesterday was adding the attribute handler here as a node, and unfortunately when saving we get an error. So let's take care of this one first of all. Let's see. Runtime connection doesn't have an object reference. And it's add action runtime node focus. (22). Like when I read this, it feels like one of these nodes doesn't return the correct output. Let's take a quick look. So the new nodes are add attribute handler, and this one returns an add attribute handler runtime node. One input, one output, animate entity, animate entity. That looks correct. Although, let's see here. Is it this one actually? Ooh. Let's see. I think it is. Yeah, I was a little bit too quick yesterday, so we can't really fetch it like this. Can we? If I remember correctly, we did random editor node. Lower bound value. Is a random editor node. Yeah, and then we have it like this. That is true. Yeah, we can't really work with the nodes the way I'm trying to here. Or are attribute-based value data editor node. Yes, we're gonna have to fetch these later on. So So I think we're gonna do it like this. For add attribute handler editor node, I still want a varying input amount. So we're gonna get attribute count here, and we're gonna insert that one instead. So int attribute count. And we just do it like this, attribute generators. And then we do output count is equal to length. Not output count, sorry, but input. So it's going to be 1 plus. Why am I not finding? The wrong layout on the keyboard. There we go. Attribute generators length. And then we do is compatible with connection if then we do this, otherwise return false. Yeah, we're gonna get to this one soon. I just want to remove these, change this one, and then we're gonna have to fetch a whole lot here. Let's see. Try get input. Let's keep this one actually. We want to try and get a lot of values. So we pretty much want to do this inside of here instead. We want to go, we want to do 0 here. Get input port I plus 1. But instead we want to do try get input. We want all of this. I'm actually wondering, we probably want to replace this one with int attribute count. Because we want to create, so we actually get, attribute what do we get? We get attribute based value. And we want to make it into a generator. So we're going to do attribute based value. Do that one. And I'll do struct. Can't we do Here we actually want 0. Shouldn't it be out? Try get input ref. Use ref argument with struct in C#. Let's see if it's even possible, or if we're gonna have to do some restructuring. Actually, let's stop that one and do ask. Problem that we just need to instantiate it. Okay, a little bit. It will work. So then we hopefully get it. Let's see. Try get input in the. Okay. We actually want 1 plus I here. If it fails, we return false. So right here we have an attribute base value. We want to create an attribute generator here with the attribute and the base value range. And then we create... Yeah, we definitely want to add this one before. Let's do it here. And then we generate an attribute. The problem with this one, as I see it, is, or what I don't like here, is this means that we're gonna regenerate the attribute generators every time. Every damn time we generate a blob, they will be pretty much this. Yeah, they will be the same attribute generators, the same setup, and so on and so on. And that's why I would like to do this earlier. I just need to figure out if it's possible. I mean, we could probably create a sort of static node here, I guess. Of course it's possible, but I don't want to change too much in the exporter file to make this work. But I think let's just take a quick look at the exporter connection input index. Yeah. Now, I think the best approach here is to actually create attribute-based value data editor node. We're actually going to create a new node here, which is attribute generator editor and runtime node. That's what we should have done from the start. So attribute-based value data. Here we're going to call this one attribute generator editor node. And we're gonna have options, which is the attribute definition. We're gonna have ports. We're gonna have add no input. We're gonna have input ports. Yes, we are. And we're gonna have an output port. Attribute-based value. Attribute generator. Then we get cashless, we get attribute definition. We get the values. Can we do it like this? We have it here, attribute, no. Okay, we gotta get rid of those. Which means that we will have, we will have this type of input. Let's do this for now. attribute generator editor node, and then we have attribute generator run node. And I think attribute based value. Here we're gonna have do I want to create this generator at yeah, I think so. Let's see, attribute generator serializable. Generator. I want to send in attribute definition float min float max. And output attribute generator, and then we just return the attribute generator. Input count 0, output count 1. Sounds about right. We actually create the range here. Yo, what's up, Scafer? How to not wake up with a feeling of impending doom. I don't think I can answer that one. It happens to me like 50% of the times. If you figure it out, let me know. New attribute generator runtime node. There we go. I think this is the way we want to do it. And then we're gonna have to fix this add attribute handler node. So attribute count. I think that's pretty much everything we want to do here. But as for the runtime node, we create an attribute handler. And we loop through like this, and we do attribute based value no. Attribute generator, let's call it attribute generator. And we try and get it, and when we have it, we just remove all of these lines, and then we do this. Finally, we assign it, and then we return animate entity. This might very well be what we're gonna do. Okay, some warnings. Let's try and save this. No errors. That's good. And then we play. And we get an error. Yes. Let's see how our blob looks actually. Oh, do we not even... Yeah, we spawn it. So where do we have it? New game object. Okay, we're gonna have to fix the naming as well, but that's okay. Attribute handler. Starting attributes empty. Debug. Attribute functions. I had to skip my morning language class because of that. I hate that it happens in the morning when I don't have any time to get over the... I don't want to see people right now. Yeah, 100%. Like I'm also like a slow starter most mornings. And I try to hack it by... Like, if I have to be somewhere... I give myself time in the morning to do fun stuff first. Which unfortunately means that I need to wake up 1 hour earlier, pretty much. But I find it way easier to get out of bed and start your morning if you do something you really, really want to do right. So we try and get an attribute, which we don't have. Key is null though. That's... Get attribute. Yes, set up time. Attribute based value. So this one is null. Okay. We do have the attribute definitions here. Add action move rigid body editor node. Action list. Yeah, we don't even add the... Yeah, we fail in creating the move action. Why? Set up rotation range. Rotation time range. Doesn't these work? Attribute based value. We need to serialize it so we can store it properly. No errors. And we have a small little blob here. That's good. But it can't move. Okay. Let's see, blob. Oh, we have the correct name this time around as well. That's beautiful. We have 3 actions, and this is the move 1. Most target. Rotation time, definition, strength. These they look to be instantiated properly. Oh, attribute instance. Do we not get those? Okay, so we don't fetch the attribute instance the correct way. Yeah, Skafer, I've noticed that too. How small of a country do you live in? Like, I live in Sweden, it's kinda small. On Twitch I get the turbo ad a lot, but on YouTube there exists a wide range of different ads. So the problem is... Oh, I wanted to check one more thing actually. Play, we have the blob here, attribute handler. We can't see the attributes here. Oh, now it actually moves. Sweden is about twice as big in population in comparison to Serbia. Okay, so we get twice as many ads then, I assume. Or that's what my extrapolation does, or tells me. Because what do you have, like 5 millions? Okay, this is actually quite beautiful. Rotation, time, definition, attribute instance. We don't have attribute instance here though, still. Oh, I think it's actually low on energy now, maybe. It's pretty slow. So the problem is action move, rigid body. Yeah, the problem is move. We create this action. But then we do instantiate attribute dependencies, and we should be getting the attributes. I don't actually... Population. I don't have that. Yeah, 10.6 million. We could definitely fit another million here, I guess. Or two. Land mass wise. I think 10.6 is what I read. So it's almost like when we try and get the attribute here, we don't get anything. Japan. How the hell do you pronounce that in English? Japan. Well, that's a little bit of a special country, I would say. Looks amazing though, but it's crazy filled with people. Why aren't we able to get this attribute? Because I'm assuming that the attributes don't actually... Add attributes. Attribute, add attribute handler, runtime node. We create an attribute handler here. Then we fetch You know what? I want to. Let's just do this. I just want to see if we actually add them. Japan. That's how you say it in Swedish. Never been. One of the countries I would love to visit the most, I think. Big surprise. List is empty. What the fuck? Kullerski start small, visit Finland. I've never been there either. One of my top traveling things I would like to do is actually take the Russian Trans-Siberia Railway all the way to Asia. But I'm holding that off for now. What's up, Jax? Do we not get attribute instances? That's actually weird. Yeah, it would be sick. Sitting on a train, watching some nice and not so nice landscapes and drinking a couple of beers. And then a week later you're in Asia. Sounds pretty good. Skafer called me up and we're gonna take the train together. Hell yeah, man. In the future, hopefully. Add attributes. So yeah, this one could fail because we already have a couple of attributes, but it doesn't make sense. So let's see. I guess it could fail here. Yeah, Cooler SK, I feel you. Jax, I'm considering to make a tutorial about PBR shaded, just like to say, do it, man, do it. I just have to say, like, doing tutorial videos is sorta an amazing journey, because when you make a tutorial series you actually have to understand like 100% of what you're doing so you can explain it in a good way, you know? So I remember finishing my cell shader, and then I decided I'm gonna make this into a video, and from the start of making the video to the end, the cell shader itself changed a lot, like the implementation. It got improved so much because, you know, you look through the code and how do I explain this? Why did I do it like this? That's stupid. And then you improve it and so on. You also care about you care a lot about the style of the code. Because if it's something you don't want to do, it's present bad code in a tutorial video on the internet. Okay, my guess it fails here. I just want to check. This one. Oh, you know what? Animate entity. Dynamic entity. I'm wondering if we should have gotten an error with this one, right? Yeah. Ah, that's true, Cooler SK. These days it's a little bit different. Yeah, blame the vibe. Try get output and it gets generated successfully. But I want to see attribute handler. I use DaVinci Resolve. It's free and it's amazing. But then again, I actually do a lot of editing also, like in engine. Like in Unity, I actually create custom objects and stuff like that. I think I know what vibe coding refers to. Slot machine programming, pretty much. I'm wondering about this one. Do we actually have attribute generator? That explains it. Attribute generator runtime node. What do we have here? We serialize this one. If you're in this gambling economy, you either get to eat or not. Exactly. Play or die. Fuck yeah. There we go. Now we have an ish error at least. That's good. Because something failed to generate. Why does it fail? Oh, attribute generator. Attribute generator. Runtime node. This one is correct. But add attribute handler runtime node. Yes. Attribute generator. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I've vibe coded some stuff. When I did some simple... Oh yeah. When I did some simple... like Twitch add-on or plugin or whatever you want to call it. Some of those methods were what I would say is vibe coded. Okay, why do we fail this time? Okay, so sometimes this one... Okay, we have one error. Yes. Okay, we have had this problem before. And the problem is that we can't do this. I felt something. When I wrote this code, I felt something. And that sucks. Adeptus Mechanicus rules, so I'm nothing wrong with that. Vibus Mechanicus, hell yeah. So the weird thing here is that we basically, how does that work? We fetch this value before. Oh, watch the add attribute handler editor node has 3 inputs. That's the correct amount. Setting up input 0 of We output the correct. Oh, yeah, yes. Here we go. Yes, here we have the answer to it. So we do this attribute count, but we instantiate base here first. Okay, this sucks. We could probably hack our way around it, but what the fuck? Do we use this? Yes. We have already hacked our way around this. So let's just use the same logic, I guess. And if I've ever get the time to clean this up, I will. Okay, let's see if we have it now. There we go. And now we have our visual graph here. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Oh, okay. Could it be? No. Do we have a serialization issue? We had one. There we go. Yeah, might want to reduce the movement finished. Great. I want to see Attribute instances, strength, energy. Okay, that is beautiful. So let's get rid of, in the definition here, we have actions specified here. We're gonna get rid of this, and we need to handle interaction types as well. We can get rid of attribute generators here as well. Both of these are in the visual graph now. More specifically here and here. Actions gone. Attribute generators gone. We don't have attribute functions yet, however. I wonder if I wonder if we maybe want to simplify the implementation a bit before we add it to the graph. So attribute functions are pretty much, functions that affects attributes. So you can have functions that trigger every 1 second, reducing some attribute or heightening it. Or you could have functions that when a jump is made, the energy will reduce by X, and so on. Temporary, this one we don't use anymore. Mass we don't use anymore. Hey, actually, let's add mass as well. Ooh, I'm wondering if we want to do something like this when we generate. I wonder if we can do this. Attribute generator, let's remove this connection. And then we add. Can we do it like this? Because the attributes, we're going to use them on... we're not going to do the same here. That this is only going to be used here. But for instance, when we add a rigid body here, mass is actually going to be, instead of a random editor node, it's going to be a attribute generator. So we're going to use it here, and we're going to use it here as well. That's pretty cool, I think. So attribute, what this means that we will That means that we'll finally get rid of this magic string here. And I'm pretty sure, yes, I'm pretty sure that we won't need like best case scenario, we could get rid of game data manager. I want to get rid of this one, so we could get rid, and I think it's only used here. Yes. Yes. That's beautiful. Populate with required attributes. Yes, because what we're gonna do... Starting attributes. Yeah, I think we're gonna get rid of starting attributes. Attributes, attribute functions, instantiate starting attributes. We don't need this one. Slowly but surely. We're gonna get rid of these as well eventually. That's beautiful. Oops. That's great. Because what we do instead, we don't define any attributes in the actual attribute handler. We're gonna do it in the playable entity, but that's like a special case. But we're gonna get rid of the magic strings there, or we won't be able, or we won't need to rely on any, is what I'm trying to say. So that's great. So let's duplicate this one, put it here, and then we do data, general, weight. Delete this one. So we define weight here, and when we generate the rigid body, how do we do it? Add rigid body mass between 8 and 12. So we just do it here. 8, 12. Then we change this one to 3. And then we're also gonna do, yeah, we're gonna have to alter add rigid body editor node a bit. Mass internal name, so add input port. This one is gonna be a attribute generator. Probably want it here as well, eventually. But then we do use gravity, interpolation, constraints. And then we jump to this one and we do... Here we had float is greater than 1. I think we're just going to do attribute generator dot generate. Generate and ooh. Yeah, we're gonna fix that one later on. Oops. Get value. Like this, because later on, this might sound a little bit insane, but I want the mass of the rigid body, or I want the mass to be dynamic for these objects. So we're gonna have a little bit of a lower mass if it hasn't eaten in a long while or similar stuff. So we're actually gonna have, I think it's body that will handle it eventually. This is good, this is good. I want to see if it works though. Then we take this. Attribute generator edit node. Or we do it like this actually. Can't we duplicate this one? Okay. Why? Yo. Oh, did I actually fail this bad? What the fuck? Okay. That's not good. Okay, pretty cool. Save works. No, 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 no. Looks good to me. This one fails, or... No, this one should be 4. It looks correct to me. Doesn't say much. Attribute generator. Oops. Attribute generator. Editor node. It's okay. Attribute generator runtime node. What the fuck? We have been using multiple outputs previously, so this shouldn't be anything special. Add attribute handler. Yo. Add attribute or add attribute generator. Here it works for node input 0 attribute generator weight, but on add rigid body here it doesn't. Okay, that's weird. Oh, is that so? I actually no idea why this doesn't work. Yeah, sometimes the AI overview is pretty out there. I want mass. What the fuck? Why don't we get a nice connection here? I'm wondering if... No. Seems to work. Okay. When did this happen? What? Yo. Fuck me. This one is the one we want to replace, not this one. That explains it. And the problem being here is... we have an extra rigid body here, which is for the eyes. It's gonna be weird definitely. But let's try it. I think that's gonna be some heavy ass ice, but at least this should work. Yeah, the eyes are extremely heavy now. Okay, but blob, rigid body, mass 9.7, attribute handler. Yeah, we can't see the attributes, but I'm gonna guess 9.7. Okay. So the rigid body we add. Yeah, we're gonna clean that up later on, I think. Or you know what? Yeah, we are. War. Okay, so this is an extra or a child node within the blob that the eyes are attached to. And we want to go lower here on mass. But now I've made mass attribute generator. I don't want to do a temporary fix. So how do we actually want to do this in the end? In the end, I'm pretty sure we want the body to handle it. Yes, we could. No. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do a quick fix. That's seriously still... S10. That doesn't look right, but soft body anchor... okay, fuck me. Anchor. It's not the anchor we want to adjust.
Until I master it. Yo, I'll bleed from my art, but I'm no masochist. I just can't live while holding all this passion, and it's not a decision for me. It's a dichotomy, you're dying or just living, homie. I feel the worst when I'm silent at home and I'm sitting lonely, brother. That's the story of my life, like it was already written for me. It used to feel like an imprisonment. Many times I tried quitting this, but these withdrawal symptoms, I was itching in my fingertips and tried to fly again and again, even when I felt
something like that, maybe.
Anyone else, truth be told, I was forging weapons against myself. So regardless if I'm attacked repeatedly, I could never escape being me.
Okay. That's very nice. So convert to animate entity, add attribute handler with a set of attributes. Here we're going to specify the default attributes. We had a couple of actions, including action, move, rigid body, with a lot of attribute-based values. And then finally we make it into a creature. Okay. So we're still missing a few things that we define here. Interaction types. So like, in what ways can this object be interacted with? And here's a question of like how I want to structure things. Because if we have a creature that can be consumable, then it's gonna have some attributes like taste and stuff like that. And it feels a little bit better to specify those attributes together with the actual interaction type instead of here. Default attributes, more like main attributes maybe. And I guess then like taste, if it's salty or whatever, it will be secondary attribute, which is defined down here. Okay, so interactability, one thing we need to fix. And so are attribute functions. These are a little bit of a mess. I think. Like, I'm seriously contemplating, instead of having them as one class getting properly set up on instantiation function. So I'm wondering if we can get rid of this pretty much. We just do this on setup, but still. Let's see, let's implement it like it actually would work, and we will go from there. So if we move to action move rigid body, when we do this pretty much, so when we add a force and a torque here, we want to adjust the energy of the blob accordingly. I'm wondering if we want to like get a... I wonder if this is something I want to incorporate in the agent messaging system. So what I mean is, when we do this right here, should we just send a message to the agent? Message and message, it's more like a notification. And then let the agent parse it, but it feels intuitive. Maybe not. It would not be nice to have like all of the communication happening in the same place, even though some of it might be like body functions, while other ones might be logic cues. I really need to think the messaging structure through. So let's add the interactabilities first. So instead of defining them here, we want to define them here. Yeah. But before we do that, I'm wondering if I'm gonna do the rewrite for the playable actions. Because they are pretty bad currently. Let's do interactables first. Animate entity in, animate entity out. Previously, we had let's see here. Interactable list, focusable. Yeah, we do it like this. Okay, crazy. This is gonna be a great improvement. So we just define it by enum, and then we instantiate them. This time around, we're actually gonna do it by the interactable focusable. We're gonna do it here. So initially, every entity is just gonna have a focus point. So when we're looking at an entity, that's the point we're gonna look at. I don't know. Humanoids might be the head. For blobs, it's probably going to be the center of the body, or the eyes. But we want to be able to define that here. So instantiate. No constructor. Wondering if we want to do something similar that we have with actions. Action focus setup. Yes, action, move, rigid body is a better example. Yeah. Let's do it. Then again, I just need to double check action, move, rigid body. When we create this one, oh, no. When we create this one, the setup here. Because when we generate this, we get all of these. Yeah, we do this for every new blob we spawn, even though New blobs are, or even though this data is supposed to be the same. Lacking a little bit. Could be nice in a better, could be done in a better way. I.e. instantiating it here. Here, but problem being that we need these inputs. But I'm wondering if these are already instantiated, because we parse no, I think we parse it the wrong way for that to work. Or do we? We get the end node. That sucks. Yep, we do it here. And then we fix the connections. So when we instantiate it, we can't get the values we need. Unfortunate. which means that we're pretty much gonna do the same mistake with interactables, which is bad. It doesn't happen very often, so the generation doesn't happen very often. But still. Although, you know what? These are only created once. Yeah, so I guess what we're doing is we're just filling up a stack. And clearing it an unnecessary amount of times. Okay. It's probably fine. Still wondering if this is a little bit too much for interactables, so we're gonna wait with that, because the reason we have it in action is, because when we do an action or an entity does an action, the action is based on attribute values. So we need to set that up accordingly in the start. Here, we need to set this up, but we might as well do it here, actually. And I want to change this to transform and focusable point. So we had add interaction focus editor node. Input port animate entity, output animate entity, and then I also want add input port game object. Yes. Input count, output count, 1, 2, 1, 2. I think we're gonna put game object here actually. Can output animate entity. And then we do, not really, add interaction, new add interactable, focusable, focus game object, transform, animate entity. 1 sec, just gonna grab a cup of coffee real quick. Okay, back. Okay, so I think this is how we're gonna do it. Like, I mean, it looks very simple. And in some ways a little bit over-engineered currently. But there's gonna be a lot of setup being done for these different actions and interactions. So let's see if this works. I think I want a mat here. Attribute handler. Oh, beautiful. Okay, that's a little bit of a problem. There we go. Main attributes. Ooh, maybe. Attribute, actions, and then interactions. So, add node, add interaction, focus editor node. Let's look into that later on. So we take the animate entity, input, output, and then the focus. Now I'm actually gonna put the eye. So this is the eye root node. We're actually gonna take this one. Here. Yeah, it's gonna be way better with custom names later on, if we can get that going. Or descriptions. Visuals, eyes, then we go out from the visuals, and we do attributes, actions, interactions. Fucking hell, this is shaping up pretty nicely. Okay, so let's see if we get an interaction here then. But first of all, we need to remove it from creature definition, interaction type. Save. Interactable list empty. Okay. Yo. I'm wondering, entity. Yeah. Okay. That's a bad way to do it. We instantiate it here. That's also pretty bad. That's how we did it previously. Can receive action. Definitely gonna be this. Add interactable. It's wrong. And then we're gonna need interactable list. I'm gonna make this one is gonna be temporary now, so Let's see if the only culprit for this was the check, if we could receive it or not. The only problem as I see it now is that we need to handle adding interaction and actions to non-animate entities later on, but that should be pretty straightforward, I think. Okay. Interactable list empty. That's not good. Okay. So why isn't it getting added? Ooh, could it be add focus, add interaction focus editor node? Yes. Crazy. Hmm. Okay, this I don't understand at all. Save. Interactive. Interaction has 2 inputs. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Really? Okay. That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna blame some sort of serialization problem there. Fortunately, won't have much more problem or much more time to do anything else today. I'm just wondering if we can get to the bottom of Didn't we have a lot of... There we go. Random editor node is being serialized by serialized reference, but is missing the serializable attribute. Random editor node. think that's it. Okay. But I have to run now. Good progress today as well. Not as much as yesterday though, but slowly but surely I think this is turning into something beautiful. We'll continue this on Monday, I think. Have a great rest of the week and have a great weekend. Peace.